Welcome back. This is the real Charlemagne, host of Brick City Show. That's building rich, intelligent culture, keeping it simple. Hope everyone's doing good out there. Today, got a special guest. Pretty much known her all my life. Um, take a give or take a few years. But before we get to that, I just want to thank you guys for being good fans and listen to the show and continue to grow, continue to share and like my platform on iPod. What is it? iPod, iPodcast. I hate that iTunes stuff, but iPodcast. Also on Spotify, YouTube, Google Podcasts will be coming back up, and iHeart will be coming back up very soon. So make sure you like and share me on all those platforms. Also, follow me on social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I'm starting to get into that little thing. What is it called? The Snapchat thing. Yeah, I'm up there as well. So look, y'all be sure to follow me on all the platforms. Try to so we can stay connected. You know what I'm saying? So I got contests and things coming up in the works. I want you guys not to miss out on anything. But without further ado, we have Miss Mary Lee McCarter Rountree, which is my mother, and we last year or so we've been dealing with this thing called breast cancer. Some of you may have knew, may didn't know, but last year she was diagnosed with breast cancer, probably almost a year ago
Yep. Yep.
to this day. But
Yep.
anyway, I'll let her get into that, and then we'll go from there. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right. So yeah, let's talk about tell us a little bit about you, and let's talk about what this little bump in the road we had last year.
Oh, oh yeah, yeah. Well, I am, like I said, a now considered a breast cancer survivor. About this time last year, October 6th of last year. Well, go back about September 26th of last year. I was sitting at the table, talking with my husband, and I just swiped my hand across my breast, and I was like, "Oh, I feel a lump." And I immediately sent a note to my primary care doctor and said, "Okay, I felt a lump," and then we're off to the races. Because then there was a mammogram, a diagnostic mammogram, on or about October 6th, and the radiologist was going back and forth with testing. I need this test, additional test. And radiologist herself finally came in the room, and I was like, oh. And she said, well, that lump probably saved your life. And I'm like, what do you mean? She said, well, the cancer's not there where you felt the lump, the cancer's on the outside. And I immediately was floored, and I was like, okay, she's probably exaggerating. That's probably not cancer. So the next, she wanted to do a biopsy there that particular day. And I said, I can't. And I'm like, let me just bring my husband in. So I brought my husband in back there. And she talked with him and everything. And he said, well, no, she's anxious right now. So but when you send the test, I want your test to send to my old office, kind of thing.
Mhm.
So we did the test and the biopsy, and the next morning they called me, and they called my husband because he worked with them, and they called him and they said, "Oh, the lump she found was great, no problem with it." And then he said the word "unfortunately," and then I
Mm.
remember going into a tunnel, and I remember and I could hear things going on, and I felt myself falling. And my husband was trying to talk to the pathologist in one hand and holding me up with the other hand. And he said, unfortunately, it's breast cancer.
Oh, wow. So when they found it, I know you called, us and everything, and you told us what was going on, and it was definitely a trying time, but we knew you was like I said, you're an emotional person anyway. We try to talk you like we gonna get through this, da da da. You ain't trying to hear nothing at that moment.
I didn't hear nothing, not
But
one thing.
but yeah, I mean, cause like I said, it's definitely we experienced that through our cousin's wife. You know, all the stuff she went through with breast cancer. So we seen it firsthand, and so I could feel the pain that you was dealing with, and just looking at the worst case scenario. You know what I mean? But like you said, you caught it very very early. So was for the listeners, was it what stage? Did they consider you a stage, or it was very minute? For the point that they caught it.
Yeah, it was stage one. I think they said stage 1B. So it was it was just beyond. It was just at the boundaries
Hmm.
of going out into the breast tissue. So they did a wide margin on it, which means they biopsied it out wide, and
Hmm.
everything. And my lymph nodes came back clean and everything. So, but yeah, um, but it was 1B, and I think I'm going to be pretty good. I
Yeah.
have to take aromatase inhibitors for 5 years. But yeah,
Hmm. Hmm. But from the time you was diagnosed to the time you had surgery, how long did it take? And what was the process from the time you was diagnosed to the time they was able to remove the tissue, the cancerous tissues?
um, like I said, my husband worked in the department, and they had tried to schedule me with one surgeon, and he was like, "No, I seen this from behind the scenes, so this is the surgeon I want." But that surgeon wasn't taking any new patients, and he said, "Well, all the work I did for her, I'm gonna call her up and ask her if she take you on as a patient." So he called her office, and she called us back, and she said, "Yes."
Hmm.
Um, I'm going to take you on as a patient. But from the time I was diagnosed, and I asked my oncologist, would it be okay because I had the Greenville Christmas show coming up? So
Hmm.
she said, yes, it'd be okay. So I was diagnosed on about October 12th. And then the surgery kind of took place in the second week of November.
Hmm. Hmm.
Second week of November.
Right. Yeah, I remember
So
that.
pretty quick.
You was eating good around those times. You had a lot of chicken and collars and everything else going on.
Well, when I got back, and I got back from the procedure and everything. The funny story, I was in there and I decided my daughter had brought me some Skims. So I was in there with my Skims on and everybody was going crazy. Oh, you have Skims on. So
Hmm.
that was a funny story from when I had the surgery.
Yeah.
But then I got back home and you were coming in the door with my favorite chicken. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I just had anesthesia. I probably shouldn't eat this chicken, but I could not eat the chicken. My favorite barbecue chicken.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I said, I got up early that morning and went ahead and fired up the grill to barbecue. So and like bought it up there, make sure you was eating good.
I ate real good
Yeah, for a couple of days.
a few
But
days.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But so like you said, you had the holiday show coming up. Um, you're battling breast cancer. First time experience and procedures, and then the holidays coming up. And then just how was your mood during the holiday? I know it was kind of roller coaster, during the holidays because of what you was dealing with, and then the unknown factors. How was that for you?
Scared,
Hmm.
frightened, even though I, I, I would like to say that I want every woman, man that experiences breast cancer to get the same and care that I've gotten. So my surgeon called me. She gave me her personal number, only because my husband worked in the industry. Gave
Hmm.
me her personal number. Same with the oncologist. So they kind of assured me, that everything was going to be okay. But there was still a lot of anxiety. A lot of anxiety. It's like, what if?
Hmm.
Y'all were all grown, but I was looking at the youngest grandchildren. I said, well, and all those things go through your mind, all of those things.
Hmm.
Um, but now I'm better about it than I was that during that time.
Right.
a lot better.
So just pushing forward with your I know you had a procedure. You might talk about that a little bit, because some people, they have different levels of procedure. Some people think it's the end all for both of your breasts at that time, and sometimes they could go in and remove it. So what procedure did you have?
I had always said, I'm a nurse background, if I ever had breast cancer, that I was going to tell them just to take both of them off, and that was going to be it. And
Mm-hmm.
that was my decision prior to. But then I got into the surgeon's office and asking her different questions, and she said, "No, it's not necessary. I don't think in your case."
Mm-hmm.
And so she did a lumpectomy,
Okay.
and that was a same day procedure. Went in, like I said, and that was it. In a few hours, I was back home, and they removed a couple of lymph nodes. So I
Mm-hmm.
do have some lymphedema from
Mm-hmm.
that. But yeah, there was a short procedure, and it was a little bit scary because I couldn't read about it. I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't read about. Normally, I read about everything and
Mm-hmm.
everybody else's conditions, but I could not read about that one much at all.
Right.
So my daughter, your sister, stepped in, and she had read everything about it,
Mm-hmm.
so she kind of gave me the little skinny. But it was a procedure that didn't take long, and it wasn't painful. It wasn't
Mm-hmm.
painful.
Yeah. So you follow up with because I'm just trying to get the audience a little timeline and show them, just how things that you experienced, that they may be going through, or most of them going through it, or haven't gotten there yet. You know what I'm saying? And may have to go through it later on. But you know, like you, so did you have to do chemo, therapy, radiation, what type of things? Because you didn't have the double mastectomy. How did that work? As far as your treatment after the surgery.
Right. For a month, starting after, let me see, probably about a month after I had the lumpectomy, then the radiologist brought me in, and we did the workup, and we started doing radiation treatments. So I
Okay.
had radiation treatments through the month of December and almost toward the end of January. So I
Okay.
had lots of radiation treatments, and every day to the week.
Right.
I went for radiation treatments, and I didn't have to have chemotherapy. That
Okay.
wasn't something the my oncotype score was pretty high. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, pretty low, meaning that the chemotherapy would have been detrimental
Mm-hmm.
for me to have in this
Gotcha.
particular case. It could have caused more harm than good. So
Okay.
I do have to, like I said, take aromatase inhibitors for 5 years. So that's a hormone therapy. My cancer was HR ER/PR positive and
Mm-hmm.
HR negative. So it was a
Okay.
uh, hormone
Hormonal
cancer.
balance. Yeah, because I know, we got on the phone and start calling people and asking, some things that people didn't want to talk about. Because a lot of times breast cancer is passed on through genes. And like you said, you try to track it back and you like, no one on either side of the family had breast cancer. So it was like, what in the world? Why me? And yeah, that was very interesting. So like I said, it was hormonal. And it's unfortunate you can't track it back to say, well, it's from this area or that area, or what caused it. You know what I'm saying? Or when it was caused. I know we speculate. We won't get into that, but we wonder why it just came up now, and no one else in our direct family had experienced that. So
Nobody. There were other cancers, and I was up on my colonoscopies and
yeah.
all those other tests and everything because I'm like, oh, okay, those things run in the family.
Hmm.
And when they said breast cancer, I'm like, nobody,
Yeah.
nobody. Like you said, nobody in the family direct lineage had breast cancer,
Right.
and that was jarring to me. But
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know at this point. Now I worry about drinking out of the bottles of water.
Right.
Standing in front of the
Just everything,
microwave,
right?
everything. Now
Everything, yeah. Look, sniffing the grass, right?
sniffing the grass. What are these clothes out of? Should I eat organic?
Right, 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 right. Yeah, man. It's and like you said, you never know because I was, you read and then you try to read and read up on stuff and you figure out like, well, if I do this, I can't do nothing, like because
Right.
there's nothing left. But I know sometimes what we eat do affect us if we don't eat the right things in the right moments in life and this and the other. So we definitely have to manage that. Speaking of eating, um, you make a chocolate. Tell the listeners the name of your business.
We are That's Good Chocolate, and we are out of the Raleigh area, and we are primarily a online company, but we do a lot of shows in the area. We do the Wakefield High School show. We do um, the Sanderson High School show, and we're actually coming to Greenville, North Carolina, to do the Downey's Holiday Show. And this year we're going to Hampton, Virginia, if
Mm-hmm.
all goes well, to do a holiday show there called the Bodacious Bazaar.
Mm-hmm.
So we do pretty good.
Yeah. So you know the business during this time. So you got cancer going on. You have a major show coming up. You have holiday orders coming in, and from my understanding, you and I talking, you was like last year was just one of your busiest years, and it was like when it was that by the universe designed to keep your mind off of what was going on health wise, because your orders was just coming in so rapidly is what you because you was coming out of surgery getting orders.
That's true.
You
That's true.
and telling people say, "Hey, give me a little while. I'm just getting out of surgery." But how did that actually keep you motivated during that time to keep you from going into a depressive state? I know even though it's there because you're still going to the appointments, but once you leave those appointments, you're like, okay, well, these people are still ordering. I still got these shows coming up. Did that allow you some breathing room to stop focusing on me and I need to see these smiling faces eating this chocolate?
It did. It did. That was so good. And I said I wasn't gonna cry because y'all, my family. You said it. You said it. I'm emotional, but y'all jumped in. Everybody jumped in. My daughter came in from Mexico. You jumped in, and everybody jumped in to help. I don't know if everybody was stressed or thought I was stressed, but I had extra help
Right.
last year. And but it did. It kept my mind clear, or so that I could think.
Mm-hmm.
Even though all the orders were coming in, I wasn't totally focused on that cancer all the time, the
Mm-hmm.
whole
Mm-hmm.
time. And even one of my shows, um, my husband and my daughter and my neighbor down the street, they did the show and
Mm-hmm.
everything. And my little granddaughter washed her little hands, and she was trying to help out when they trying to put marshmallows in boxes and stuff. So
Yeah, yeah,
everybody kind of jumped in, and that helped. And
yeah.
to know when you have your family surrounding you and your family supporting you, it's it means a lot, and it takes you a long way. And I'm not gonna cry anymore.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, like I said, we try to support and look, nothing against family and friends sometimes. That's why we didn't share it with a lot of people that, because sometimes you don't need that remorseful energy. Sometimes, we need the positive energy. And, it's not the fact that you're keeping it a secret or just trying to keep it away from everyone. It's just the fact at this moment we need strong energy. Like my
Right,
last guest, she was talking about her mother. Like if you came in there crying and hugging and all, then her mom, she said her mom was pushing everybody out. Like we don't need that. We
right,
want positive, reassuring energy, not the remorseful crying. Let's Nah, cause you already know, hey, I'm gonna push you. I'm gonna be like, hey, get up. We ain't
Right.
having this today.
And y'all did, y'all were supportive. And like the other lady said, that what I wanted to hear, I'm trying to be better, was
hmm
my mama say, everything is going to be all right. That's what I wanted to hear. And
hmm
even though I'm 60 something years old, I wanted my mama to say, everything's going to be all right.
Yeah, yeah. And
That's what I wanted to hear. And
that's
I,
one of her first saying, all favorite sayings. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But look, we talk about breast cancer, but let's push on to That's Good Chocolate real quick.
okay,
So
okay.
That's Good Chocolate. Let's talk about the type of chocolates that you sell and the type of chocolate that you make from home and from scratch. Just tell the audience a little bit about those.
Oh, we a um I say we sell good chocolate. We sell quality chocolate. We don't sell the candy melt stuff that you can buy in the grocery stores. So we do a variety of toffees. We do a pecan toffee. We do. I don't know if you can see that one. It
Yeah, I know what you
maybe
face. Look, there you go.
in front
Yeah,
of my face.
yeah,
Yeah,
hold up a little bit. There you go. You see it a little bit, but I
you see
think
it
the
a little
blur,
bit.
yeah, the
Yeah,
blur
it's
is blurred
blurred.
out. Yeah,
Oh yeah, because of the background.
yeah, your
Yeah,
background.
yeah, yeah. But we do pecan toffee. We do a spice latte toffee, which I'm working on today,
hmm
and we do a banana pudding toffee. Those are things that you don't hear about because we invented them. We do a
hmm
strawberry toffee. We do milk chocolate Rocky Road clusters. We do a dark chocolate Rocky Road cluster. So we do have a 70% dark. We do have milk chocolates that are a special blend. We usually run about 33% in that, and we do a 50% dark. And we do pecan turtles. We do flourless chocolate cake, and we've added, oh, during the holidays we do peppermint bark, and we do a peppermint cookie bark as well.
hmm
And during the we do cranberry coconut bark, and we've added a cookie line. So we do regular chocolate chip cookies. We do chocolate chip turtle cookies, chocolate chip toffee cookies, chocolate chip. I'm tongue tied.
Look,
Chocolate
chocolate.
chip cookies, and we do a Hootie Creek. And a Hootie
hmm
Creek is a we do the same chocolate base. I mean, same cookie base
hmm
with a white chocolate in there, and white chocolate oatmeal, cranberries, and white chocolate oatmeal caramel pecans.
Pecans, yeah.
Pecans. So
And
yes,
look,
that's
you started sounding like Forrest Gump when Forrest and Bubba was having a conversation. We talking about the shrimp, the Bubba Gump shrimp. He got shrimp alligator, shrimp. You start talking like that with the cookies,
I know,
but
get tongue
but you
tied.
know, you and I we both share something in common. We're not people that like a whole lot of sweets. So, and I was telling people that it was like, man, I'm quite sure you eat those cookies all the time. I was like, well, she give it to me to taste and be
Right.
like, how do I like it from my standpoint? And I give my feedback from that. I said, but I don't go there and be like, I need some cookies, every week and all this other stuff. Now the Hootie Creek was definitely one that I enjoy because I don't have a palate for sweet, really really sweet things. So that the Hootie Creek was really good for me because, like you said, it give you just enough in that balance. I was like, man, this is pretty good because it balanced out with the cranberries, the oatmeal, and everything. You like at first I was like, I don't know about this. So she done went over the top. But then I tasted. I was like, the balance of everything coming together was really good. And then for my palate of how my taste buds are, it was really good because, like you said, it wasn't overly stimulating, with the chocolate or, what have you, and the sugars. I mean, I like a good cookie every now and again. The turtle cookie is my best one. I think I like that one the most. Um, And then the Rocky Road, the regular candy, I think I like that the most. But you guys, if you got a sweet tooth, definitely reach out to her. Tell them your website and how to reach you, how to find you.
Oh yeah, we're on. I'm not that great with Instagram, but we are on Facebook, and we do have a website. And the website is just like it sounds. That's good chocolate. That's goodchocolate.com. And I tell people, you taste the chocolate and you say, "Ooh, it's that's good." So that's the name of the company. That's goodchocolate.com.
Got you. And then with the holiday show you have coming up in Greenville, um, tell them how you hand out look you hand out samples and stuff. So you don't have to guess your product. You know what I'm saying? Tell them just your day at a show. Tell them amount of samples you pass out, and just tell them a day at a show for you. Just take the Greenwood show for example.
Woo! Wow. Well, the Greenville show starts on like a Thursday evening. So we try to come in sometime about midday Thursday and unpack everything. And we bring in probably about 550 of different products. And we'll come in and they'll unload us, unload the car and everything. Sometimes you come and help us bring stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll set up our booth, which we're in. I think it's booth number 90 this year. Don't hold me to that one, but I think it's number 90. But it's just as you come in the west entrance and
Mm-hmm.
come into the main arena, we're right there on your left. Um, but we come in, and then once we get everything set up, then we put out samples, and we sample all of our products except our turtles. We
Mm-hmm.
sample all of our toffees, and we go through a lot of. We go use tasting cups, the small tasting cups with lids, so we could be very sanitary. And we started um, putting our samples in tasting cups even before COVID,
Mm-hmm.
but added lids and stuff. Yeah,
Okay.
but that's the way we do it. And we come along, we let everybody taste. You taste whatever you like, and most of the time, people will enjoy our products. And we get a lot of online orders just from people. If they're not purchasing that day, then they'll say, "Oh, well, I'll order." And a lot of times they do order.
That's awesome. And you accept cash card, everything in
We
different.
accept cash, we accept credit, cards, we accept Apple Pay,
Okay.
Square, everything. We accept all different forms. Cash
Got you,
App,
got you.
Venmo.
So look, just tossing out here. I have a little schedule here for you guys. So November is the Down East Holiday Show. That's in Greenville, North Carolina, at the Greenville Convention Center. That's going to be November 2nd through the 5th. Then you have November the 11th. You're going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina, which is Wakefield High School, the Mistletoe Market, and then Hampton. Hampton is the first. This is your first year at Hampton.
Yes.
So that's the 10th through the 12th, and that's at the Hampton Convention Center. That's the beautiful. If you're going 64 down there in Hampton, it's that little beautiful building sit over there near the water. So yeah, so you Hampton Roads people, Tidewater area people come out November the 10th through the 12th. That's Veterans Weekend. Look, maybe we could come up with something for vets since I'm a vet and my
Okay.
daughter a vet. So that's Veterans Weekend. So maybe we come up with something for that.
Oh yeah.
Look, and then November 18th, you'll be in New York, Brooklyn, New York. Uh, that's a wine and chocolate pairing. And then December 2nd through the 3rd, you're back in Raleigh, North Carolina to Sanderson High School. So you got a busy next couple of weeks.
It's busy, busy, busy. And then, believe it or not, I got an invitation from TikTok to
Uh-oh.
sell a product online on TikTok. I haven't I haven't delved into that, but that's something that we may do just a
Yeah.
little bit over the holidays, just to put a few products out there to see how that goes. I don't want to be too overwhelmed,
Right,
but
right, right. I
but
mean, cause like I said,
get
I mean, you got
overwhelmed
to tap
sometimes.
tap tap all bases. Hey,
Right,
here,
right.
look, get her while the fire is hot.
Right.
Especially during the holidays. And like I said, people, this business is year round. So holidays is usually typically when people have a lot of like holiday shows, typically because i.e. holiday. But then, it allows her to showcase her chocolate a little bit more frequently, because it is the holiday. So don't just think that you got to order during the holidays. You know what I'm saying? You can order year round. So the business is year round. It's just a lot of stuff coming up back to back, and it's just to see your growth. That's been awesome. Just the last couple of years, because it's like started out doing a show here, and now it's like boom, 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 boom. You're like, oh my goodness. Like now we got to hire people. Look, it's thin the family out a little bit. Say, hey, I need you to go here, you go there,
Right.
so we can work this thing.
I turned down a lot of shows.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
should
yeah.
turn down a lot of shows.
Look, look, business owner. That's a good problem to have. When you say, hey, I just don't have time to do this. But like you said, you got to pick and choose your battles. Like especially, I know we was discussing the other day. So how many people just at Greenville show last year? How many people you probably seen at your booth come through and actually, what I'm saying, that you actually engaged with last year?
Woo. Well, we sample about 2,500 cups. That's why I mean portion cups. I can go by how many portion cups that
Mm-hmm.
we. So there's about 2,500 portion cups, and we go through that. Sometimes 2,500 and then some.
Mm-hmm.
But 10,000, I believe they said 10,500 people came through to the show last year because they were 2021. They were just getting out of COVID, so we didn't
Mm-hmm.
have as many. So last year in 2022, this show was amazing,
Mm-hmm.
amazing,
Mm-hmm.
amazing. I have to bring even more product this year than I brought even last year. So
Right, right. That's good. That's good. But like I said, once again, let's put your website out there one more time.
okay, and that's goodchocolate.com.
That's good chocolate, and that's look spell it out for them because some people don't get look they'll forget that S. Look, they'll forget that one S.
THATS, good,
Mm-hmm.
GOOD, and chocolate, CHOCOLATE. And don't put that apostrophe in there. Some people have done it.
Right.
Oh, I can't get you. But don't put that when you type it in the web address. Do not put the apostrophe in there. So
Look, and then somebody did the Ebonic style, but DAT. Yes.
I need
Yeah,
to
so
acquire that. I
so
need to
so
acquire that.
I was like, really? I was like, no, it's a TH, not a D.
Yeah, me too. I need to acquire that.
But
It's
yeah, they did
website.
a bonnet style, but I'll be scared to go to that website. See when you never know what might pull up. But anyway, like I said, before we get up out of here, share some encouraging words with someone that they may be dealing with breast cancer, know someone dealing with breast cancer, or this may be a listener later on that's dealing with breast cancer. Tell just give them some encouraging words.
It's a scary disease, especially when you find out um, that you have it. But I say gather all the information that you can, all the information about everything. Talk to other people. There go to sites. There, Susan Coleman, Coleman, I believe that's the name of it. The Breast Cancer Foundation has a website. Just talk. There are groups in the area that you can talk to. You can go on Facebook and ask questions. Well, because the radiation cause scarring or cause me to peel, what do I do about that? What did you do? So I say get all the information that you can. If you get all the information, it becomes less scary. And
Mm-hmm.
they give you a plan, and a plan that says, okay, this is what we're going to do next. And I have, like I said, I have great docs that talk to me, and they say, well, do you want to know this or do you want to know that? How much do you want to know? And they tell you, and they go off of what you want,
Mm-hmm.
not what they want. They'll tell you um what they can do for you, but it's because some people, just like their aromatase inhibitors, there's some people that'll say, oh, I have a 6%, 4% chance of my cancer coming back if I take my aromatase inhibitors for 5 years. Um, it is only 4%. If I don't take them, it increases about another 4%. Some people choose to say, okay, these aromatase inhibitors are interfering with my life. I can't sleep or whatnot. They may have side effects, and they choose not to do that, and that's okay as well. So it's just getting all the information you can to just uh, feel better, and just knowing
Mm-hmm.
what choice is best for you.
Right.
Because I had one friend who is a friend. It's kind of be one of my clients. Her sister and I were diagnosed the same month, and she chose a different path than what I chose because she had different information. She had information, but she chose to go a different path than what I chose to go through. So it's just what you decide for yourself, and get
Mm-hmm.
all of that information, every bit of information you can.
Got it. All right. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you closing out this month with me and coming up here sharing a little bit about you and the business. And I hope some of the Brick City fans make it out to some of these events that you have. You got enough of them. Look, covering the East Coast almost. Look, from the Mason Dixon line on up, right?
Right, right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. But like I said, I appreciate you sharing this, and then um, like you said, we definitely continue to fight and encouraging anyone else that's dealing with this fight to keep fighting. Because it's a marathon, not a sprint. It's a marathon, and physically and emotionally, it's definitely draining. But you just got to have support and have the right people around you, and don't beat yourself up. Because I mean anybody could get it. My mom, she was a nurse by practice. That was her first career, and anybody could get it. From all walks of life. So it doesn't discriminate. We have a friend. She has her father and mother both are battling breast cancer. So it doesn't discriminate, and for men and women. So everyone, if you feel something off or you think it runs in your family, definitely go get checked out. Um, look, I'm on the Forrest Gump today, and that's all I got to say about that. I'm on Forrest today, but anyway, like I said, I appreciate you. Looking forward to these events and hanging out with you a little bit during these events. I ain't gonna be there all the time, but we gonna hang out a little bit. So that's like work, boy. Y'all, people be coming up there and they be looking all starry eyed like they Walking Dead or something, looking for looking for that chocolate. Look, I got that one story before we leave though. It was one year we did the show, and it seemed like the lady kept the bag from the year before because she did not want to miss, and she saw that she walked around the place, and the convention center is probably what about 10,000, 20,000 square feet, and she walked around that place until she located That's Good Chocolate with that bag in her hand. She said she literally saved the bag to come back the following year to purchase that chocolate. So yeah, so her customer base is just they yeah, they almost like the beehive of Beyonce out there because they they be on it.
They are.
They
They
be on
are.
it. But anyway, I'm gonna let you get up out here. Look, you got more chocolate to make, and then look. But until next time, people. This is the real Charlemagne. Don't forget to like and share this video, and follow me on all platforms and social media. Until next time, peace. See ya.